the Metropolitan Action Commission and the Head Start program. Ms. Croom, before we had our first commercial break, I think Ms. Matthews was giving us some information relative to Head Start. And we know that Head Start is only a part of what you do at the Metropolitan Action Commission. So let's have you during this segment to talk about the Metropolitan Action Commission and some of the programs that you think that our audience ought to know about, and some of the things that they can do in a real sense in terms of supporting the Metropolitan Action Commission.
Well, I want to thank you again for really just the opportunity to be here. The Metropolitan Action Commission, oftentimes when people hear our name, they think about Head Start and they think a little bit about the rental assistance and utility assistance that we provide. But there is another program or several other things that we do. The GED program and our college prep program is one of the programs that we're also very proud of. Through that program, people come to get assistance with taking their GED test. They go through classes. And then what we are really proud of about that program is that we don't just stop at the GED. Once they've accomplished that, we have arrangements with local colleges that allows us to provide scholarships for them to continue their education at one of the local universities. I think it's important to also share with your audience that we graduate one of the highest percentages of African American males through that program, and then they continue on to a college program. Our latest recipient actually received a Packard Science Scholarship to Tennessee State University. So it's an incredible program, and we certainly invite the audience to just really find out more about what that program can do for people in the community.
You think, Ms. Matthews, I think that we've both, all three of us have acknowledged that that there's some problems dealing with the Head Start program nationally, and et cetera. Let's have you this morning to sort of give our audience some information in reference to what the problem seems to be in reference to Head Start.
Okay, well, of course, I think what most people have heard a little bit about now is the reauthorization issue regarding Head Start and how it will be reauthorized. Of course, the federal government by the end of September will have had its plan together in order to put together how Head Start will operate, and the controversy now is stemming around how the federal government will initiate the program, if it will go to states in a block grant form or if it will continue to be administered through the Department of Health and Human Services. And of course, there are factions on both sides that support both of the contingencies that are available. However, we maintain that children need a Head Start and that the program is a viable program that provides a direct service to children and families in our areas, and that our children will grow with Head Start, that our teachers are being more qualified, that we have embraced the new issues as it relates to literacy, that we are planning and implementing new issues, new parameters as we look at the education of young children, and that we do know that we will be prepared to prepare children to go into kindergarten as it has been identified. You
know, Ms. Matthews, I think that you've indicated that the controversy centers around how the money will be given to the program, whether it will go through the normal way that I would imagine most of us are already familiar with, or whether through block grants. What would be the disadvantage of receiving the money through block grants? I mean, what impact would that have upon the program itself?
Most of the issues surrounding the block grant issues are concerning states being strapped for monies at this point and being able to dismantle the funds and use them in other ways that may not be totally Head Start related. So I think most of the concern about block granting is that states that are in pretty bad shape right now, and whose finances and economical situations in states are not as stable, could use those funds and take away from the program and not offer as many of the mandated services that the performance standards say now that we must provide for children and families.
You know, Ms. Croom, now what would be your reaction as the executive director of a situation where the money had changed so completely from the normal system that you followed to these block grants?
Well, it's clearly not something that we'd like to see happen, but we're comfortable that if it goes to that, that we'll be able to work with the state, our state, who we believe is very, very supportive of what we do in Head Start. We feel comfortable that we'll be able to work with them, but I want to just share with you what one of our main concerns is. Right now, children can enter the Head Start program. Those children, in some cases, have not seen a doctor, or they haven't been assessed for hearing problems or for vision problems that have a great impact on whether or not they can learn in the classroom. Head Start at this point allows us to be able to assess that child's hearing and their vision and then get the necessary services so that that child can be more successful. Our concern is that if those dollars go to the states first, that we will lose those necessary services that really are a part of helping a child be successful in being ready to go to school.
In other words, Ms. Matthews, I think what she said is that that would cut out almost the heart of the program in terms of reach out and assisting those people who probably need the assistance more, because more than likely these are the people who don't have insurance to begin with. And is that what we're saying?
They don't have access to the same types of insurance benefits or other benefits that children need prior to going to school. There's a great deal of emphasis on whether or not children can say their ABCs or whether they know them, but if a child can't hear or if a child is having problems seeing and nobody has recognized that, it's difficult to teach them the other things without their health being where it needs to be.
Ms. Matthews, when we talk about the children involved in Head Start here in Metropolitan Nashville, how many children are we talking about? Is this a very, very substantial number of people, or just a very few people, or how many numbers?
Well, thank you for asking. We're very proud that we have an enrollment of 1,485 children here in Nashville-Davidson County, and we serve the major portion of Davidson County from border to border. There are some outlying services that are being provided. We do like to talk about our international site, where we do have a large population of internationals, and we have staff there that are able to communicate with those families and deal with those children and work with those children successfully. So here in Nashville-Davidson County, we are the only Head Start provider for this county.
And so that's a large number. Now, what do you provide these children with over the last half minute?
Okay. Well, of course, Mrs. Croom already mentioned the health services that are a part of the program. There are also mental health services. Not to mention parent involvement, where all of our parents are involved, and there's a policy council where parents are able to participate, to sit on into the decision-making process of the building, of the program. We also do nutrition. We're part of them to have a nutrition program, education, and social services.
Very good. And of course, let us interrupt you here, Ms. Matthews, and let us have this second commercial break, and we'll be back with the audience following this very, very short commercial break.